What's up, Rockstars? Boom! Hey! So, Church 29 in the books. Want to share with you a couple things. One, the church that I went to today was St. Raphael's in the Morningside area of Pittsburgh, and it's part of the St. Jude Parish. So, what's really cool about this church is it's kind of, at least to me, it's like a blend of the old and the new. It was built, I believe, in like the 50s or 60s-ish kind of thing. The parish has been around a lot longer than that, but this was a new church back in the day to them. So, but what's really cool is that has a lot of marble, a lot of like big stone, and just granite, but everything that the vibe is that it's new, it's modern looking because of the time that it was built, but it's very much has that combination of like an older church. Like when I first went there, it's a repeat from last year. When I went there last year, I thought I had been there before for some baptism and things like that for some friends and families years ago, and never really paid attention to the church. But I was like, okay, it's an old church. It's been like updated. But then last year after I went there, I got to see, I did some research on it and found that it was actually a newer church, relatively speaking. And it was, at the time, that's the way that they built it. And so it wasn't something that was updated. That's the way it was originally built. And so, like, to give you an example, like there are a bunch of stained glass windows, but the windows, like the patterns of the stained glass are just like different colors and sizes of triangles. And they really don't build out like in the older churches, and even some of the newer ones, but the older churches with the stained glass, like they were images, typically of saints on the windows. So the stained glass windows were actually figures, and there was a picture with them. Whereas this, it's very modern in that it's just shapes, it's just triangles, but it's really, really cool. But given the amount of stone, the size and the scale of it, it feels very old, but like everything's new. Like it has very modern, clean, contemporary lines to it. Like on the behind the sanctuary, behind the altar, on either side, there's Mary and Joseph, and they're very kind of I can't find the right word, but they're very sleek looking, and they're built out of concrete or stone, and they're very sleek looking and very tall and narrow, very straight lines. So really cool church. If you're in the Pittsburgh area, or in the North Hills, I definitely recommend you check it out, because it's just a cool vibe. It's a good blend of old and new, at least in my opinion. So the other thing I want to share with you, and I'll do this quick, so I'm trying to keep these videos a little bit shorter, less than 5 minutes, so we'll see if I can get it done today. But what I wanted to share with you today is being the next to the last Friday of Lent. Because remember, Lent ends on Wednesday, started on Wednesday, ends on Wednesday, the Wednesday before Holy Thursday. But kind of flipping, I think, a misconception. It's a misconception, but it's a popular conception or opinion or feeling, belief that people have. We celebrate and feel that God is closest to us, that Jesus is closest to us when things are going well. That's not the case. When we are in our biggest challenges, in our biggest struggles, that's when Jesus is closest to us. And I believe, and I was going to try to remember, but I forget now, but I think it was Psalm 34, which was what was read today. Essentially, it shares that in our struggles, our broken-hearted times, where we're having the biggest challenges in our life, that's when God is closest to us. We don't pay attention. We're too focused on the craziness that's happening. But I tell people, that's when you need to turn to God, is during those times. You turn to Jesus and say, help me with this. And he's just right there. All you have to do is ask. That's when he's the closest. So think about that if you're currently going through a struggle, or the next time one comes up, think about it and go, okay, God is closest to me right now, so I need to go there and ask him for help. That's all he wants you to do, is ask for his help. He wants you to pray and ask for his help, because that's when he's closest. We always celebrate and think when good things are happening, when there's very positive, we've achieved a certain goal, or it's a celebration of somebody's birthday or a milestone or something in our lives. We're like, yes, the Lord is present. He's doing great things for me. But that's not when he's closest. He's closest when we're going through our biggest struggles, or when we're struggling at all. I want you to think about that next time, or if you're in that current state, you're going through a major struggle, think about it and be like, God, I know you're here. Help me through this. Hey, share your smile with the world, because it just might make somebody's day.